Luke here. Apologies for the lighting. It's not very great in here. What can you say? What can you say? Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's just, I can't even get angry with it anymore. It's just so bad. It's so bad. Like, this is a team that hasn't won this year either. Sort of sitting 4 points out of the relegation zone. And again, we're more or less rolled over. We first half for a bit we battled, and there was a few good tackles going in, but we're just not a good football team. We're terrible. We're shocking, absolutely shocking football team. When the lineups first come out, I was a little bit more positive. Obviously, to have Antonio back in was a positive, and to not see Souček in there was also a positive for me. But it's just, we still just don't know how to play football. What did we try and do the whole game? It was a pass back to a Gerd. A Gerd would pump it long, hoping it would stick to Antonio. This is not the Antonio of 3 years ago, 4 years ago even. That it would stick to, and he would turn his man. Again, he's only just coming back to fitness. I can't put it all down to Antonio. He did have a big chance that he missed. But again, we could have been 1-0 down a lot earlier. We're very, very lucky we have a world-class goalkeeper. Arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the league in terms of shot stopping. He saved a really good chance early on. Apart from the Antonio chance, I don't really remember much else that we did. We had maybe a couple of half chances late on. Cornet had one at the back post that was just completely fluffed. Defensively, we were just all over the place. A Gerd was completely bullied the whole game. Calvin Phillips was just a passenger. One good tackle I think he put in the whole game. Kudus was completely pocketed by Nico Williams. I don't know, guys. Honestly, it's just horrendous. And obviously, their first goal did come. Ball was played sort of straight in between the two centre backs. I can never pronounce his name. Ione, I think it is. He turned the two centre backs in 1-0. And again, poor from Zuma and a Gerd. It's sad to see the decline of Kurt Zuma because, listen, I have been a big fan of him, but he's done. He's shot. He can't defend anymore. He can't, physically command his man like he used to. A Gerd, all the Gerd's good for is pinging a ball up and down. It's just ridiculous. And then obviously second half, nothing improved. And again, this is this thing about what messages are being sent, and are the players on board with David Moyes that, nothing changed. Nothing changed at all. It was still the same old crap. Again, couple of excellent saves, and if for a lack of finishing, they could have been 2 or 3 outside in the game anyway. Alanga missed a really good chance right at the end. Ariola pulled off some really good worldies. They had the penalty shout as well, which for me, if that was against West Ham, I would have been wanting a penalty there. I was very surprised that weren't given. And obviously when Phillips got sent off, it was game over anyway. 2 silly quick yellow cards. He's really been a great signing, isn't he, old Kev? It's not good. It's not good. And then they did finally get the 2-0, Hudson-Odoi. And they deserved it. They played better. Their pace, they had sort of a style of play. They was able to, ping the ball back nicely. They was beating us very easy with little 1-2s round the corners. You could see at one point there was one with Kudus and Emerson, where they just sort of 1-2'd it, and Emerson just looked up and was like, how have we been beaten that easily with the 1-2 down the line? I don't know. I don't like Kudus on the right either. I think he's better on the left. At one point, he did go on the left and he was trying to cut in. Obviously, just a frustrated figure in the end, Kudus. Bowen was doing his best that he could. But we are not a good football team. We're not. We're a terrible football team. What is that, 8 now that we haven't won in now? All these pundits, careful what you wish for. Troy Deeney this morning. I tell you what, I can't wish for much worse. Bloody hell, it's awful. It's awful. Again, results have slightly gone with us again this week. But obviously Brighton play, I think they play Luton tomorrow. They should win that. They will go above us. Then we're in ninth. I think we're just going to really just go boom, 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 and really slide down the league. Sojek come on, absolutely nothing. Cornet got into the positions but weren't able to finish. At one point, right near the end, the Gerd was playing on the left wing, which says a lot. Every time James Ward-Prowse steps up for a free kick, I'm sure Beckham sleeps well at night because he's never going to score a free kick for West Ham. It's just not going to happen. His set pieces have been really, really poor. Like I said, it's one game gone of the 4. Next one is Brentford. Brentford will do us. We won't be able to deal with Ivan Toney, and plus we don't have a particularly good record against Brentford anyway. The game after that's Everton, who are fighting for their life, a team renowned for we don't have a good record against, and I think they will just have a bit more fight than us. The sad thing is, and listen, I never want West Ham to lose. The sad thing is, it could go all the way down to that Burnley game, which will be the 4th game of this 4-game thing that David Moyes has been given, and then we'll go and beat Burnley, and then it resets again. And by then the season's over anyway, because you would have potentially lost to Brentford, lost to Forest today, maybe lose to Everton as well. And I know some people will go, it's so negative, League, so negative. But let's be realistic. Does it look like West Ham are going to win any games anytime soon? Really? Does it? Because it doesn't look like it for me. I am going to go in the comments in a minute, guys, so keep commenting along. I will go for everyone right at the end. So, yeah, it's just... I don't get it. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. Right, let's go through some of these comments just before I go. The red card is a perfect excuse for Moyes, says DiCanio West Ham. Yeah, I agree, mate. It gives him a get-out clause now. Oh, we was in the game until Calvin put the tackle in. Hammer time, we are really poor side. Bill Charlton says he needs to go tonight. Nothing else except I'd love to see it, mate. It would please me nothing more than to see that man gone. Should have been 3 or 4. Yep, again, mate, we're very lucky we've got a great goalie and we've come up against teams that are not clinical. Phillips is the worst signing since Savio. Mate, Calvin Phillips might as well go back to Man City after the silly sending off. Shocking all over. I'll tell you what, I bet he regrets coming. By sitting on the bench at Man City, you're remembering the Leeds Calvin Phillips and the England one from the Euros. I bet now, if Southgate's watching him thinking, "Ooh, I don't know about him," you know. Kudus played in the middle for Ajax. We should try that. Yeah. Imtech says 11 goals against with nothing in reply. In the last 3 games with Moyes' defensive masterclass and he's chosen centre backs on full display. Now sack him be done with tonight. Yeah, just on the second goal as well. A good, absolutely bullied, pushed to the side. Ball was whipped over. He's not a good defender. He looks lovely and tidy on the ball, but he can't defend. Ben H says, Phillips, what a signing. Sullivan needs to give himself an uppercut for rubber stamping that deal. Hanu Hapala says, it sounds nice. Brentford next. Never thought Phillips was smart move, but that is just amateur. And T says Phillips is terrible. Anything else, guys? I'm going to wrap it up very, very soon. Just quick. Paul couldn't make it onto the review, sadly, tonight. But hopefully we might get together and do a podcast tomorrow. Yeah, it's just not good, guys. It's just, I don't see where it ends until David Moyes goes. It's as if we need that new manager bounce now. Because what happens now is with the Phillips sending off, not that he's been any good or any better than Thomas Souček, it allows him to bring back Thomas Souček, which means we've got that midfield that can't pass the ball very well and just nothing happens. Listen, he made more or less the changes we wanted today, and they're still not good enough. And that's down to him and down to the players. It's just terrible. We are a terrible, terrible football team. And we've been very, very lucky. Watch Brentford today. They look decent. They are going to look forward to playing us. Yeah, mate, at the end of the day, they was playing Liverpool. And they are a good side, Brentford. Good side. Good attacking team. Before you go, guys, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends. That's it from me today. There's nothing else really worth talking about. There's no point getting angry anymore. it's just because nothing's going to change. You know, I could sit here ranting, raving, effing and blinding, but there's no point. It's not going to change unless he loses the next three. Nothing is going to change. The season's going to whimper off. We may get a lucky draw in the cup and get through one round of Europa League, but we ain't going to win it. Yeah. Until next time, guys, come on, you irons, and avoid match of the day. And let's go.